What's shaking, YouTubeites? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 show. Oh man, I'm excited to be here today. This is my last time hosting this show. Laura will be back next week. I have been promised, which I really hope so, because juggling Tuesdays, juggling my master's program, juggling work, and juggling Thursdays all at the same time. I can yo-yo, but I can't juggle very well. But hey, you know what? I got the best people in the world here co-hosting with me today. I say co-hosting because I am not the host. I am a co-host on this wonderful panel. Why don't we start with JB? JB, say what's good to the folks.
What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to what are we calling this? Is the title change?
Cover Price Top 10 show.
Cover Price Top 10 show. There you go. Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 show. And I haven't even looked at this list, so I don't even know what's on this. I don't even know what's on the list. It'll be fun. New format.
So, yes, Laura did celebrate her birthday. She got a couple weeks off. And hey, you know what? My birthday's on Sunday. So
happy birthday to Chris. Look at that.
One more crack and loud noise when I get up from the bed in the morning, right?
Another ring around the trunk.
That's right. Hey, no more rings around the trunk. I am down 65 rings around this trunk.
Congrats,
thank
man.
you very much.
Game over here. You sent them this way.
Gabe, what's good?
Yo, what up, everybody? Good list. I don't know. I looked at it for half a second, but there's a good chance from what I've seen that it's not an offer list. Like there's some stuff on here that most people should have on their list, in their collection already, I think, or you should at least be looking to get some of these books. So it's going to be a fun list. We can't say anything is stupid, but we're going to talk about all the cool stuff that's happening on these lists today.
All right. So there is a little bit of a format change, folks. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Now the folks at Corporate Cover Price have asked us to do no more DJ intros. There's too many strikes on the channel, and as you guys know, this channel goes live at least 4 times a week, on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Fridays, sometimes Sundays. And too many strikes on the show means that there's no more live casts. So we've been asked to refrain from the DJ, but Gabe and JB agreed to beatbox our way into the top 10, right? That's how it's happening, right?
No.
I heard Chris was a master freestylist.
Oh,
like right off the dome.
Yo-yo freestyle.
I thought we were going to get a different yo-yo trick for each number. Like you have at least 11 different yo-yo tricks to show us, and we'll count down to the hardest one when we.
I heard it's going to be 10 yo-yos, and then 9 yo-yos, and then 8 yo-yos,
and then 8, and then 7 yo-yos.
That's exactly what's going to happen, but it will all be off screen. But hey, so I don't have a segue because we don't have music. This is so awkward. But thank you guys both for joining me, and let's get into this list. Let me see. I got to push this button here.
Push the button.
All right. So a little bit of a preview there. So this list is compiled by looking at eBay sale results. They're looking at the quantity of books sold over the course of the 7-day period, and the largest quantity, the biggest change in items sold, and the biggest demand for the books, that is reflected in this top 10 list. And again, we have a little bit of a different format. So just going to put this out there. The article that's used for this show is usually published around noon on Tuesdays. And it seems a bit silly for us to be reading the article that you can also look at. So instead of that, we're going to present the information on the screen and just talk about it. off the cuff. I'll give some facts and we'll just talk about it, see how things go. And this should be a different format. It should be a little bit more streamlined, and it should be a shorter show, which I've been busting my suspenses every time I've hosted. So let's get going. Let's see how things started. Okay, let's get it started.
Hey, we never decide who goes first.
But we don't.
I don't think there is a first. It's just a talk about the book.
Yeah,
there's no first.
So we're gonna give this as our sample.
Sorry, this is my first day.
This is that's right. Everybody's new here. New phone, who dis? I got it. But this is how we're gonna do it, right? So runner up on today's list is Amazing Spider-Man number 252 by Marvel in 1984. It had a CGC top sale of $1,230 for a CGC 9.8. An 11% upswing on the trend, and a raw value in near mint for approximately $127, which seems a little bit low. So that said, Gabe, JB, why do you guys
one for one? Man, yeah.
I mean, we got some wonders up here, man. Good job,
this is a must-have, I think, for anyone's collection. This is one of the books I consider an evergreen in my opinion. I know there's a lot of hype on the black suit because they want to see Tom Holland in the black suit, and they left the goo behind. So I think it could potentially happen, with the new movie and everything getting shot right now. 252. What was the other? I know there was a set of books that all represented there's Secret Wars 8, 252, Team Up 141, and Marvel Age something.
Yeah,
and those were the four main, black suit books.
We all know it's Secret Wars number 8. Come on,
it is Secret Wars 8, isn't it?
Yeah,
that was always my favorite, Secret Wars 8 for sure. But was this technically ahead of 141? I don't even remember how it goes.
In 1984, I was this many years old.
Everybody listening at home, he held up 12 fingers.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
no, I was 5. I was 5 years old.
And he pulled down his pants for the other 2.
I don't remember. I had to take off my shoes in order to count to 7. No, I was 5 years old when this came out, so I don't remember which one came out first. But I think it was all right around the same 5-day period, essentially, right? 1 week or 2 week period. So they're all the first, right? I think the actual first was Marvel Age. I think that came out a month prior. And it was just black suit with no other information on it. But Specs Spider-Man number 90, 252, as we see on the screen, and Secret Wars, those were all right around the same time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Spectacular 90. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Yes.
Yeah.
Marvel Age doesn't count. The advertisements don't count.
Oh well.
Count. I'm just saying that's that. In my canon,
so as we all heard, Gabe does not have one of the Marvel Age books.
That's right.
I don't have any.
I do have one of the Marvel Age books, and it counts.
Right.
I've got it, and it does count. So apparently speculation is that the leaked footage from Brand New Day, the new Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, is being shot right now. There's a lot of chatter about the suit that he's wearing and the fact that there's going to be a black suit that's introduced during that movie. And the community tends to feel that 252 and Secret Wars are kind of the co-chair for first appearance of the black suit. So an 11% uptrend, that's pretty good. This is a fairly expensive book for most collectors who are casuals. But as you said, JB, this is it's not just a key from a collecting standpoint. This is like a de facto standard. You should have this in your collection.
It is.
Even a low grade. You got to start by getting yourself a low grade copy, throw in some Mylar, and you'll be good.
It's always a good idea to get the highest grade you can afford. If the highest grade you can afford is a beater or like a reader copy, then so be it. And you can always upgrade.
I think I started off with like a 3. I ended up selling it and using that money to pay into a 5, which I then sold and paid into an 8. So, I mean, that's how you do it, right?
Yeah. I did a convention this weekend. I set up at Front Row show.
Ooh, nice.
I was sharing a booth with a friend, or it was actually my friend's booth. He let me put out a couple boxes. He had a 252 out there. I believe it was a 9.6, and we must have had like a dozen people come to the booth and try and like hem and haw and like try and get like stupid discounts on it and stuff.
Well, was he getting that convention pricing, or was he actually having some regular pricing?
I forgot what the price was on it, to be honest, but this show,
some of the convention pricing is just stupid.
But this show, like I'll get the details. I mean, a table was $150, and you had two tables.
Not bad.
So it's not like he has to. None of the vendors, none of us had to like give convention prices because we're paying like $800 a table or $1,000 a table or anything crazy like that. But this is on there, and people are after it. It's a great book, cool cover. I mean, it's an AF-15 homage. It's a Klaus Janson cover. Like, how often do we get Klaus Janson doing the heavy lifting on covers anymore? So yeah. I mean, I'm just beating a dead horse over here, but this should be in everybody's collection. I probably had 5 or 6 copies go through my collection. I need one at the moment. I don't have one.
Now, we're just going to continue the conversation into the top 10, because number 10 we have Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8 by Marvel in 1984, also considered by many collectors to be the first black suit. At the very least,
only the collectors that know what they're talking about think this is the first appearance.
At the very least, this is the de facto story on how Peter Parker got the suit, right?
And the best cover.
Yeah, and probably the best cover. You know, he's got.
Come on, everybody loves battle covers.
Yeah,
battle cover is fantastic, and this is crazy undervalued right now. I feel like at $530, I remember this book was $750 all day. All day for a long time.
Yeah.
We had out at like the brand, and now it's down to $530. Come on, man.
Right. We had 9.6s at the convention. They were asking $250 for it.
That's crazy. So I've got a 9.8 contender on this, and I think it's got to be worth a lot more than $530, especially when you consider 252. You know, that's pushing $1,200, $1,300 for a 9.8. This should be in that same level, in my opinion.
Especially in a newsstand.
It should be higher.
Especially in a newsstand.
Right.
It should be higher because it's the real first appearance. It's been that way for 45 years. It's a part of the Secret Wars catalog, which is a stepping stone and a cross point for a lot of collectors. Secret Wars brought in a lot of people into comic books in the mid 80s.
Yeah,
very, very important, very, very iconic. I mean, Jim Shooter, Mike Zeck, you know, this cover. I know the last one, 252, is a AF-15 homage, but this cover gets homage more than anything else in the world, it feels like.
Yeah, I agree. Not to mention that this brought in new collectors in the comics because this was a toy tie-in, right? If I remember correctly, Gabe and JB, you guys can start me up. The whole reason why this series even existed is because they did a toy thing with Kenner.
I'm sure it was. You're right. The whole existence of this comic book was written around promoting the elite characters Marvel had to offer in a toy line.
Yeah, I mean, even the name Secret Wars was. They brought up like a bunch of kids together, and they picked what words they thought were the coolest, and the words they thought were cool was war and secret. So that's how they came up with the title. I don't think anybody really cared about the toys. The comic book actually kind of like eclipsed the toys in terms of like what people wanted, what people kept, what people collected, what people still talked about is this over the toys too.
And we're really lucky that they chose Secret Wars as the title because it was almost Marvel Superheroes Fart Boogers. It's right there.
That's what I would have called. That would have been my choices for favorite words.
So we're 2 for 2, man. This is the best start I've ever had in the show. Come on.
Yeah, same here. 2 for 2. I got a couple copies of each of these. So
yeah, this is another must-have in people's collections.
Absolutely. So 9.8 is $530. It seems a bit low.
So low.
In a raw near mint, it only goes for $150, which again I feel is nuts.
That's ridiculous.
There was a 14% uptrend in sales over the week, and it's also tied to the speculation around Avengers Doomsday, the Secret Wars movie coming up in the MCU, and of course the new Spider-Man movie, right?
I feel like Brand New Day's got too much going on to also introduce the black suit with Hulk, Punisher, and everything else going on in it.
Yeah,
I would be surprised for them to just kind of, really overburden that movie with this kind of stuff.
Well, I'm thinking end scene credit for sure. It's if they don't give us either the black suit, or a little taste of Null or something in the end scene credit, something. Give me a hint of something good.
Because we were even talking about it's going to be Scorpion as Venom, and that's where the black
that works.
Swings.
Everybody was freaking Venom in the comics, but yeah, that works.
Yeah. I mean, Mary Jane's Venom right now, right? So
yeah,
Venom gets passed around like a blonde at a kegger.
Oh,
or Venom is the bicycle in the Marvel universe. Everybody gets a ride, right?
Ixnay on the
All
right, so that's number 10. Let's keep that Spider-Man train going. Speaking of blonde at the kegger, number 9 is another Spider-Man. This is Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. This came out last year from Marvel Comics. This is the Mark Cicchetto regular cover A, if you will. And it saw an 11% trend up on the secondary market with a high sale of $210 for the CGC 9.8 and $105 for a raw copy is the average. I have this in a 9.8, and I have a bunch of the other alternate covers as well. So why do you guys think that this might be trending?
I think this is the high. This is a book
I think it's
2024.
We're coming towards the end of this Ultimate universe, where Ultimate ends coming out pretty soon, or Endgame, right? Whatever we're calling it.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is my favorite book on the list, I think, because it's an organic. We don't get that very often anymore. This is an organic sales trend. There's no movie behind this, as far as we know of. They're not doing Ultimate Spider-Man. They're not, I doubt they're going to have him married and kids in the movie or anything like that, right? So it's nothing to do with the movie. This is just pure, organic comic book love for this series, and people are wanting it. $210 for this that's a really interesting price for.
That's a premium for a book that just came out. Come on.
Like almost 2 years ago, that book came out, and it's a new book. It's a book that was like, this isn't like a variant.
Cover A.
Yeah, this isn't the variant. This is a stores really like slipped on ordering the A cover. They ordered so many different variants and stuff like that, just to see that this book has so much demand and is paying such a high end premium is crazy. But wow, is that great to hear that this is just for the love of comics. There's no movie. There's no speculation nonsense behind it. It's just comics.
Yeah. So to answer the questions in the chat, May Parker is in the Ultimate Universe. This is an introduction for Richard and May Parker, but May Parker has been introduced in other comics in other universes multiple times. Richard Parker, though, this is the first appearance of Richard Parker, period, right? Not just Ultimate Universe Richard Parker, but just flat out Richard Parker. And the speculation right now is that Richard Parker will be the lone survivor of the Ultimate Universe, kind of like Miles Morales was at first, right?
How does anybody know that?
Well, that's a speculation. That's a speculation.
It's not like made up nonsense. How do you speculate on a comic book? Like what's happening in a future storyline? That's so funny. Whatever. That's everybody loves to make up their own headcanon in the future of things.
So basically, after Endgame, what you're saying is that
Richard
Parker will be the new.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and mark that on your calendar. We'll put a pin in that, and we'll come back and visit that and see if that actually holds up.
Now, I also remember when the original Ultimate Spider-Man, the red cover, came out in
2001.
Yeah, 2001. Right. Thank you.
99?
No. It had to be in the 90s because I was
99. Yeah.
But that book was pushing $200. This is prior to getting stuff slabbed for a little while now, and now you can get that book for like what, $50, something like that.
Sub 100 for sure.
Yeah. Now there's an alternate cover of this that actually has Richard and May Parker on the cover, and I think that's probably the one to get if you're looking for a specific one from the alternate Spider-Man one number options.
That's because Chris owns that book.
Yeah, he's got it up on eBay probably.
No. This is my personal collection. Personal collection stuff. No. But if this one continues to pop the way it's popping, I might take my 9.8 and put it on eBay, to be honest.
Let me just say real fast on this. All those variant covers they did for this of him in a different suit was a waste. Because there was never a 2099 suit in the book. There was
money grab.
Parker or Ben Reilly like suit. None of those alternative suits ever showed up in the series. What a ridiculous variant incentive they did for that number one. No wonder those other ones are in, I don't know how much they're worth or going for, but no wonder this is the one people want.
Well, I mean, that's the nature of living in the world we are with, Fortnite skins. That's just how it is, Get the skin that you like.
I mean, sure, but Marvel knew that those costumes were not going to show up in this series. It wasn't like, oh yeah, they might just show up in the future, or we don't know. But no, they knew. Hickman knew, everybody knew what was going on, and they just decided to do the most random variants for this. Either way, this is the book to get. Organic. I love it. Those other books, who cares?
Yeah. So speaking of random variants, everybody knows that J. Scott Campbell's got this big drop going on right now, and this version, also Spider-Man, this version of Amazing Spider-Man number 9, the 1 in 100 ratio from the J. Scott Campbell, which also stands for Just Spectacular Collection. JSC. See what they did there? Anyway, this has got a raw near mint sale of $160 and a 4% trend going on right now. To be honest, I think that this is 100% about the appeal of the cover art and how many J. Scott Campbell fans are out there. What do you guys think?
I think it's just for the sexy legs and freckles.
No, I think that J. Scott Campbell has created a following in the way that he releases and sells his comic books on his website. I had to unsubscribe. I was spending way too much money on that. It just because you get sucked into it. And the way they make their little packages, like to get this, you probably couldn't just buy this by itself. You had to buy this with, whatever the package was to get this. And you look, next thing you know, you spend $500 and you're like, what am I doing?
Was this through J. Scott Campbell's website, or was this just a regular 1 in 100?
This was
I bet you this was. Oh, I don't know. I would assume that he released this on his website through his.
I know this is I thought this was a 1 in 100 because I saw stores with it. I saw shops with it, and it wasn't, one of those things where you just order it from his website. It's this looks like a ratio that you had to fork over 100 copy, 99 copies of this book nobody else wants to get this one copy of this book. That's how these ratios work. I get it, but that's
so I bought the bundle.
It's a regular 1 in 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bought the bundle of J. Scott Campbell, the 27 covers for $65 after my my discount with Third Eye Comics. I had the option to get the virgins, and I just chose not to because they were listed for $100 a piece. So $100 is how much they came to market on. To see it going for 160, that's not bad. And Gabe, ultimately, I think that you're right. It has to do with leg freckles. How can you say no?
Yeah, I think I said this on the last show. J. Scott Campbell's really upped his, for somebody that's been doing comics for so long, since the early 90s, with his introduction with Wildstorm and everything like that. He has just progressed and gotten better with these, hot females that he can draw. Like JB said, he made a name for himself. His brand is, hot chicks his brand is Mary Jane, Black
Mary
Cat.
Jane.
You know, that's his milk and honey. You know.
I would also say that, I mean, if we're looking at J. Scott Gamble stuff, the kind of speculate, Gen 13, right? That's an underutilized property that has potential of coming back, and getting some attention. And this right here, the Deathmate Black one that I'm showing here on the screen, this is like a $5 book, but it's the first appearance of the Gen 13 team and characters. So this might be something that you want to.
That's good knowledge right there. Look at you.
There's also a gold version
Good
out there too that you could get for dirt cheap as well.
Yeah. I actually, you know what? Is the gold and the black version the same comic? Because there were 8 different color associations with this, but only the black version was the introduction of the Gen 13.
It's the same comic. It's just a gold. It's like a weird gold trim on the
okay
back.
All right.
Yeah.
Also dirt cheap then at a ratio. So but I think that Gen 13 has a potential of popping up, especially as J. Scott Campbell gets more and more attention. Some of his older work will start getting a lot of interest.
Danger Girl. If
Danger
you guys
Girl.
love some sexy chicks,
Yeah.
Danger Girl. That's and also he owns that. Like that's his book. He doesn't own Gen 13, you know. So
Yeah.
I think, you know, a little bit more support goes his way if you get Danger Girl stuff, which there really isn't a lot of or anything new really anymore.
I mean, it's just a matter of time though, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like I've talked to him before and he talks about how doing interiors is a young man's game. So I think he gets a lot more money, attention. Attention sounds bad. I'm sorry, but notoriety for covers than having to spend 12 hours a day hunched over a table drawing interiors anymore.
Wow. It's kind of a daring statement when you have AI threatening to take care of covers. To be honest. But hey, you can't deny the skills of J. Scott Campbell, and this is clearly demonstrative of his reach. The fact that a $100 to market comic is still selling on the aftermarket at a 4% trend with a high sale of $160. And speaking of sexy covers, I think this follows right in line with that trend, because we have Pinup Apocalypse number 5 from Massive Comics. And this is I did this phonetically on Thursday's show. I didn't write it out this time. Saveti Shubina, 1 in 25 variant. Raw near mint copy of $70 on the aftermarket with a 13% uptrend. I mean, you got sexy zombie, right? Is that why this is selling? You tell me.
I don't even know what to say here, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm reading the little bullet points here. The zombie's got perfect makeup with this flesh falling off, and I don't know what to say about this. I think they got a cool signature there. The Sveta Shubina signature in the bottom left there is pretty dope.
Yeah.
I think it's just people love this new artist. Not new, but like she seems to be. I'm assuming it's a she. Either way, that this artist is like the new hotness right now, and people are just going for whatever this person does, whatever she does.
Yeah, but I've never heard of the title. I've never even heard of the publisher. I mean,
yeah, I don't dig this cover. It's whatever to me. Mainly because, and I hate when comic books do this, is when a cover obscures the title, where the title becomes unreadable. I have no idea the name.
I don't even know what the title is.
Right.
I don't even think the title's on the book.
Is that on the cover? Okay, it's
the Virgin variant.
Is it Foxy? Is it Foxy? No, 2 X's or what is it?
The character's name is Foxy, and it's a zombie treatment for the character, and like you were talking about, Shubina, her work is getting a lot of attention right now. After Thursday's show, I went and tried to see what I could find from her work that would be fairly inexpensive, but all of her work is really pricey. Even like the magazine Playboy work that she did, those are really, really, really expensive. So
Yeah, so then you'd expect something like this to fall in line. Whatever she's putting out, especially in ratio, probably going to go.
Yeah, and from what I understand, she's really, really careful about overexposure, because she probably looked at what was happening with Mark Spears, and like he was like everywhere, right? And she's really, really trying hard to be careful with the covers that she's doing, because there's so much demand for her work.
Oh, that's smart. That's that's how you control. I know a lot of baseball players were like that, or sports players who don't sign stuff.
Yeah,
and their autographs are crazy. Tom McFarlane's that way too. He'll sign anything, but the CGC side of things is under his control.
Yeah. So this is probably due to the popularity of the artist, like we've all said. 13% trend upwards on the aftermarket market, with a high sale of $70 for Neiman Raw. It makes me curious as to see what this 1-in-25 ratio will go for when it finally gets slabbed. Yeah. Next, we got Giant Size X-Men number 2. This is the Ivan Talavera Virgin variant 1-in-50 ratio. It had a near mint high sale of $76 with a trend of 32%. It's a lot of books being sold.
That's 7 books sold. 7.
I sometimes speculate as to the quantity. I look at the percentage.
I'm just going off with the note. It says 7 copies sold. And the Vina one was 6.
Average raw sale was $55 for a near mint. So we have this Magik one. I don't really understand the sudden pop of interest in Magik. A little spoiler as what's happening on this list. There's another Magik book that's a little bit closer to the 1, 2s, and 3s. But it seems to be that Magik's covers seem to be getting a lot of attention right now, and I don't quite know why. Do you guys know?
It's a hot blonde.
Hot blonde. Come on.
Like half demon, has a cool sword. Where it has a belly shirt. Like, who's
the shorts? Come on.
Who died of mutant? Basically, what was the allegory of mutant AIDS at the time?
No, I agree with Jeffrey. I think this character has got a cult following. This character was the only thing that was good in that movie. Was her character. And I think anytime you get her on the cover and she's looking like that, it's going to be good.
Yeah. There are a lot, though. There are a lot of Magik variant covers, especially with like 616 Comics and Unknown Comics, and there's another one that has an artist that really, really does a lot of Magik covers. Not all the books are this expensive, even as Virgins. I mean, $75 for a Virgin Magik cover, even as
a 1-in-50.
Okay, all right. I'll take the ratio.
It's a 1-in-50 on an actual real title from a real publisher,
instead of a retailer exclusive.
Instead of some random guy in his basement in his garage sending out orders or trying to.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Gabe hates people who live in their basements. So,
yeah, get on to get a job. Stop smelling like mildew and do your own laundry.
Anything else on this one, guys, before I move on to the next one?
I think just what we've been saying, buddy, is just it's a hot chick, and everybody loves her. There's something she has that. This is not to be ironic or corny or anything like that, but this character has an X factor to her, of why she's so popular. There's just something about her that just there's a spark about her that everybody loves. I don't know what it is.
Laugh it up, Chris. We're getting canceled after tonight, man. All the basement dwellers are going to be boycotting freaking Cover Prize here in a second.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Their mom's going to cut off their internet. Then what are they going to
do? Gary Brown in the comments says that he used to chase Magik covers. So you shouldn't have to run that hard. It's just a book.
If she's not in the X-Men movie or the mutants, whatever they're calling it, then Marvel,
New Mutants.
whatever they're called. If she's not
was-
in the
she was
MCU
in
like
that.
right away,
Oh.
then Marvel is dumb. Like this needs to be, she needs to be up in front.
So
for sure,
do
because of the popularity.
you get the same actress though? Do you get Anna Taylor-Joy? Is that
Maybe
right?
get okay, here's what's
Hell
gonna piss
yeah.
everybody off.
She was
Here's what's gonna piss
great.
everybody off. Let's get a prettier actress.
Oh, come on!
You're getting canceled tonight. What is wrong
Cancel
with
me
you?
and with those,
He
yeah,
is
that's fine.
gorgeous. What are you? You're killing me.
I said it.
And Chris, if you thought that this format was going to be faster, you were so wrong.
I guess so. Well, I get it. Wasn't it? This came from Cover Price Corporate. So that said, let's move on to Shaker.
No,
sorry,
not Taylor
Spider-Man
Swift.
number 5.
Reef. That's a downgrade, buddy.
Don't even say Taylor Swift.
Wow.
She's going to be Dazzler, right? I mean, come on. It's done.
Back to the Spider-Man train. We have Amazing Spider-Man number 546. This came out from Marvel Comics in 2008. It had a near mint high sale of $32 and a almost 40% trend on the secondary market. I think
First Mr. Negative. Is that what this is? First Mr. Negative, right?
This is First Mr. Negative. It's
also
He's
also
definitely in the movie. Definitely in the movie.
They even said it's not a villain that's already been associated, and Mr. Negative has been associated with this forever. So it's probably not Mr. Negative. Also, this is the first brand new day, like
there it
title,
is.
which
That's it.
if you have this book and people are buying it because of the brand new day, like low title on
Sell it.
yes, sell it.
Sell
because
it.
that has nothing to do with the comic. Age of Apocalypse, Born Again, Infinity War, like none of that had anything to do with the actual comic books. So if you find somebody that wants to buy it from you because it says brand new day on it, do it. Because this book will be $5 when that movie comes out and it has nothing to do with this.
You know what? You guys will make the buyer happy. You'll be happy because your PayPal account will be a little bit lifted, and a rising tide raises all boats. But between the Mr. Negative speculation, between the Savage Hulk and Professor Hulk speculation that's happening in the rumor mills, and with the brand new day right there at the top, and that being the title of the new Spider-Man movie coming out, that's why this is on the top 10 for this week.
What does Professor Hulk have to do with this issue?
So there are wanted posters for Professor Hulk. I think if it's inside the book, and Mr. Negative unleashes the Savage Hulk at some point during his run in comics, and with Mark Ruffalo and Incredible Hulk getting announced just like 2 or 3 days ago that there's going to be a new Hulk movie coming out. The speculation is that the Professor Hulk will go away. We'll get back Savage Hulk. It'll be Mr. Negative who does it because he did it in the comics, and he's being introduced in this movie.
I call BS. I object. I don't think any of that's going to happen.
Objection noted.
And why is he in the movie?
Why is Mr. Negative in
Mark
the movie?
Ruffalo in the movie? Because Mr. Negative's in there. He's going to make him go. It makes sense. It all fits. It fits the storyline. Come on.
It could work
because the Marvel movies have done such a great job following storylines as is. They hate comic books, guys. We know this.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Gabe's getting really salty. I think it's time.
Dude, I'm in.
No ticket.
That's where you got this blimp, Gabe.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here to say what other people are afraid to say, which is truth.
The truth. Well, you standing for the truth.
I appreciate that.
Nice.
I do appreciate that. All right. Segue. Hey, let's go. So let's check out the Simpsons. Simpsons is number 4 on the top 10 list. This is
JB's list, bro. Good job.
I know that's my third one on the list.
You're running this thing, dude.
Yeah, not to compare notes, JB, but I think this is my 7th one so far.
Damn!
Wow, good old one up, Chris over here, man. Yeah.
Didn't want to say anything, but more than 3.
FF1 homage.
Yeah, Fantastic Four homage. Simpsons Comics #1. This came out by Bongo Comics in 1993. Simpsons Comics. The first couple issues are fairly easy to find, but not in good condition. The variant Bart codes one are always hard to find, and some of the later Simpsons comics are really, really hard to find. Both Simpsons Comics Bartman magazine, the Radioactive Man comics, and the Comic Book Guy comics. Those are all really, really hard to find. And this week we saw a high sale for CGC 9.8 of $170 for the Simpsons Comics #1. Average raw price in near mints about $26 to $30, depending. But there was a 75% growth trend. Gabe, that's 10 copies. Last week that prompted this to get the #4 spot on the top 10 list. So what's the reason?
Is this an all-time high?
No, not an all-time high. No, not an all-time high.
Is there a change in ownership of the Simpsons? Because Disney Plus is doing some Simpsons related stuff, and I heard that they've Universal Park is closing their Simpsons section of the park. It's going to be rebranded as something else.
Yeah. So Simpsons was owned by Fox, and when Fox Studios and 20th Century, 21st Century Fox was purchased by Disney, all the properties came along with it, to include random things like, NCIS and The Simpsons.
Aliens and Predator.
Aliens and Predators also, yeah. Which, the Alien Queen is a Disney princess now. We have that.
I can't wait to share that with my daughters. The Alien Queen is a Disney princess.
She's a queen. How's she a princess?
Oh, that's true.
Great.
Well, she was a princess. Now she's a queen. But do you think that the Fantastic Four movie may have popped this a little bit, the homage?
I doubt it. I don't see an homage of the Simpsons
spiking
being that much
I
of
don't
a
think
spike.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many other Simpsons.
You know what I think it is? It's all the crazy, stupid. The Simpsons predicted this 5 years ago in a cartoon, which is all fake anyway. It's all of that is getting Simpsons back into people's minds.
I think it's just cool. I mean, this used to be. I remember selling these copies of this book and like Radioactive Man. Like you said, it's hard to find now, but I remember when I would turn away collections that had the Simpsons in it because they didn't sell, nobody cared, and we'd be selling like this #1 for like $5. So it's really cool to see that there's some kind of popularity or resurgence or a new love found for the Simpsons comic books again. And it's interesting, but I don't know if it has anything to do with Fantastic Four. I think it's just, hey, this is a very popular franchise that's been around for 40 years. And who doesn't love the Simpsons? At least the first 10 seasons, right?
So apparently Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, did an interview at a panel at San Diego Comic-Con, and he said, when asked, when do you think The Simpsons will end? Because what are we, like season 38, 40 right now, something like that? Something ridiculous, right? His response was, there's probably not going to be the end of The Simpsons until one of the main characters dies.
One of the voices. One of the main voices dies.
Oh, one of the main cast members. Yeah. You're right.
Well, he said one of the main voices dies because he would not replace them.
So okay, so now let's start that Deadpool. Let's start that clock. Let's find out their ages and see who's close.
I mean, Hank Azaria is up there, and he voices like half the characters on the show.
Well, he's not allowed to voice the ones that he was before.
Because of the Apu stuff. Yeah, I know.
Oh, JB, real quick. You asked about if this is the highest sale. I looked up. Guess the dollar amount of the highest sale for a 9.8.
I was thinking 170. So if it's not that, I'll go 250.
I have not looked this up. Don't say it yet. I haven't looked it up. I'm going to guess. I think it's more than 270. I'll say 271, so I get the prices right. But I'm going to say 380, 390, and that was probably during the main COVID days.
Freezing cold, everybody. Freezing
cold. Okay,
Freezing cold.
$1,000.
$1,560
Wow.
in January of 2022.
So at the end of COVID, this sold
Wow.
for 10 times what this amount is right now. That's crazy.
So,
Ouch.
talk about somebody who's watching the show and might be upset if they bought this for $1,500.
Why are you calling that out, man? That's exactly what we're not supposed to do.
that was pre-show
that,
chat.
that would hurt anybody.
Yeah, you
who
have
bought
like
that back
just
in the day.
checked all the things. You want to offend here? Check. You want to don't call that? Check. You got maximum effort.
Yeah, that's rough for everybody because 2022, 2021, everything was ridiculous and everything has taken a major hit and it hurts everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, calm down, everybody. It's just everybody that bought big books in the day has taken, for the most part, taken a little bit of a bath here and there.
So we got number 4 on the list. We had Simpson Comics number 1 by Bongo in 1993. It had a sale of $170, not nearly the all-time high, thanks to the Gabe dropping the info, and a 75% growth trend in aftermarket sales. The third one on the list, this is interesting. We got Teen Titans. Yeah, this gets you? Number 4 for you there, JB?
Number 4, man.
We got a new.
What about you, Chris? You got this book?
I do not.
Okay.
Annual Volume 2, number 2. This is by DC Comics in 1983. It had a top sale for $150 for a CGC 9.8, which sounds low considering this is the first DC proper introduction of Peacemaker, right?
No, this is first Vigilante, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right,
Vigilante, right?
Yeah.
Vigilante, yeah.
Um,
and is this Wolfman?
It's Wolfman and Perez, I believe.
Wolfman and Perez, yes.
Yeah. So you had 120% growth trend, 17 copies sold on the aftermarket, a current raw near mint value for about $35 to $40. So this is because of the new Peacemaker season, right?
I love Peacemaker. So good.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait for the intro dance video.
Yeah,
I loved everything about that show, man. It was so good.
I just rewatched the first season, and I'm watching the James Gunn podcast with it too. So I'm really excited for season 2. Like, I'm really pumped for that. That was great.
And you know what? We have Peacemaker to thank for the fast to digital release of the Superman movie, and that was just on the 20th. I think it's already on streaming right now. And then it'll be on disc on the 21st. And the 21st is when the new Peacemaker show starts. So that's because James Gunn considers the new Superman movie to be the introduction to the new DCU, and Peacemaker being solidly in that universe. So it should be interesting to see how they start to tie that together.
It probably means a character from the Superman movie is going to show up in Peacemaker. Not saying Superman. I mean, it might be one of the, whoever that hot blonde chick with the slow motion boob bounce scene was. Maybe she's in it. I don't know.
Perhaps, maybe. But I do know that Peacemaker crosses boundaries of the multiverse in the first couple episodes, because that bit has been leaked. So maybe he leaves his little side pocket DC Universe Suicide Squad realm and crosses over into what we now call the Superman James Gunn DCU.
Well, in the podcast, he talks about this is canon, this isn't canon because of the new universe. So they talked about like maybe like Bat might not be canon. There's some other elements too where they're like, it's not going to work here. Aquaman says that Aquaman says probably not canon because he thinks that Aquaman's not a popular character in the current DCU yet. So
he's right.
him fucking fish might not be canon.
Oh.
But
Gabe, check the box.
That's in the show. All through the show, they talk about how he fucks fish.
Oh my! Stop!
Wow.
All right. That's true. They talk about it.
Number three.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
We got to hurry up
Spoilers. Don't
because
spoil the show.
JB's kids are trying to get his attention off
They
camera.
are.
so we
Walk in
gotta-
here one more time. I'm going to put her ass on camera. Damn right. You hear me?
Okay, so we got number 3, the new Teen Titans Annual, Volume 2, number 2 by DC Comics in 1983. Gabe's off the rails tonight. This is supposed to be format talking.
Woo!
I mean,
$470 was the high sell of this book at one point. $470.
I think you're spicy because you can't drink while you're on camera. That's probably it, right?
Who says I can't drink while on camera? I'm gonna go get me
nobody
right
says
now
that.
and drink it on camera.
Nobody says that. It's not a challenge, sir. You're okay.
I'll be right
It's
back.
a safe space, Gabe. It's all right. Everybody in the chat tell Gabe this is a safe space.
I just turned my camera off. You know, I don't want to break any more rules.
All right. Hey, we were talking about Magik earlier. The number 2 spot is Magik number 8. This is the Russell Dodderman variant, 1-in-25 ratio. Just came out recently, and it had this is a $100 for a near mint.
Wow.
In a 1-in-25 ratio.
Raw
dog, right?
Damn.
Yeah, this is pretty.
That's a nice flip. Think about that. Whoever sold that, they happy.
Yeah. I think 1-in-25s at my LCSs usually sell for $20, $19.95.
Yeah.
That's
$20.
Yeah. That's a
nice
good
flip.
That's good time. So we had 45 copies sold
Liger
in this
got
last week that they were able to find. The cover price folks were able to find 121% trend, and a high sale in raw of $100, but the average price in the aftermarket, considering all the sales, probably including when it was just released and they were selling for $25, $30. Average price is $65. I imagine that next week we're going to see this level off to probably $85 average, right? But
Let me make a note of that so you can check it next week. It might be lower.
It might be.
You think it'll be lower than that?
For $50 more, you could got a 9.8 at the first appearance of Vigilante.
Yeah,
true.
You could have, right?
True.
And in the interest of keeping things going, you guys commented before. This is because Magik's very popular because she's a hot blonde, right? With a good costume, and here you get all the costumes that she's had. So it should check all the boxes for all the fans.
What's your favorite costume on the cover?
Yellow suit X center middle.
Oh, the mutant suit, more or less.
Yeah. Between that and the Phoenix possession,
high boots, biker shorts. Come on, get out of here! Come on, it's the center one. Get out of here with that.
I like the I don't know what it was called, but it was the Brian Michael Bendis Uncanny X-Men, the very far back left, with like the black and white X across. Like she still has to have the belly shirt, or who cares, right? Belly shirt or GTFO. But that's the one because I like that series. I like the things in her hair. I like the big spiky arm. And she was a badass in that series.
See, Gabe's lying. His favorite one is the red one in the very front where she's completely covered.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna give away my. Never mind.
No,
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
All right, so don't need to go on after this one again. Magic Collector's. And this is a callback to the generational costumes covers that were pretty popular a couple years ago. And it's a rare incentive. So this is Magik number 8, high sale of $100 for a near mint raw, and a very, very high trend of 121%. What's number 1? You guys ready?
Let's go.
Boom! This should catch everybody off guard. Do you know what this is?
No.
This is a new Batman series that was introduced recently. Batman Dark Patterns. I believe it's a mini series, but apparently this is Batman getting back to his gritty street level roots. You had a high sale for this regular cover A, of $57 and an average price of $41. 28 copies sold. A 464% trend. This book is hard to find and it is skyrocketing.
I don't get it.
Just look at the cover. That's wicked. Those are tacks and nails and screws. That's wicked.
Yeah, I believe in the industry they call those fasteners. But I don't think this is the cover. I don't think it's the cover that's selling this. I think it's the story. And the fact that this story is getting a lot of attention right now, similar to how Absolute Batman kind of came out of nowhere and got a lot of positive attention. Dark Patterns is getting that same kind of reaction.
When did this book come out?
Last week.
Anything that in the notes or anything like that? But
it doesn't. But I can check the cover price.
It says later issue number 9 drew rave reviews, boosting demand for early issues. So I'm assuming that this series it's a limited series. It's over. You could probably find this possibly in a back issue bin or something like that.
So a few notes. It did not. This came out in January. This issue came out in January. Apparently, it's the second appearance of a villain called Wound Man.
I don't think any of that explains why this is so popular.
The series is ongoing. It started in December of 2024, but it's really just the gritty, street level, low tech depiction of Batman that's getting a lot of attention.
Okay, cool. So no more God Batman. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome list, gentlemen. I'm so sorry. My kids helped my wife cook dinner tonight, and that's why she's
your house on fire
right now. So dinner's getting cold, and Dad's got to go. Thank you guys so much for having me on. Sorry I have to leave this way. You see?
No.
Get your ass in
JB,
here.
No. JB, thank you for pinch hitting. I know it was last minute. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you, everybody.
We'll talk later, JB.
Channel, and we'll talk later. Peace. See?
All right.
Late.
So, I mean, Gabe, that's the list. That's our top 10. And I know that this format, for all of you watching live and for the after show, the rewinders, thanks for sticking through this. But this is a new format. This is a new way to do this. This is kind of an experimental show. So John and Matt and the folks at Corporate Cover Price will look at this and they'll take notes and they'll determine how they want the show to go forward. But they asked me to kind of test things out. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, say so. Say so in the comments. Say you like the old format. And you know what? Cover Price is one of those companies that listen to their customers. So by all means, get on that, right?
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody's also for showing up and having a good time. This is a fun chat. The chat was on it today.
Absolutely.
They made that fun. That, more than anything else, at format change or whatever, it's you guys supporting the show, watching us, hanging out, remembering Tim, Lords of the Long Box. That's what this is really all about. That's the fun aspect of all this that brings me, Laura, Marty, JB, Chris. I can't think of everybody else's name that helped out in the show, but that's the draw here, is to hang out with you guys and make everybody laugh in the chat and have that interaction. So you guys, give you guys a pat on the back and enjoy the show, because it's what we do for hanging out with you guys. And of course, I like to hang out with Chris, JB, Lando. God damn it! How did I forget Lando?
Lando.
He is the man when it comes down to this. And Chris pulling up all the ranks, keeping this together for the last couple of weeks while Laura was on assignment, I'll say.
Yeah, I think it's an
buddy. Good on you. Thank you for making that, for stepping up. That means a lot, Chris. Seriously. So behind the scenes,
I appreciate that.
That means a lot. Everybody else in the chat, you guys are awesome for being here too and giving Chris all the love. You give Chris love. Follow him on Instagram, Dr. Yo-Yo. Bend over and cough, Dr. Yo-Yo. Dr. Yo-Yo's Emporium of crazy, awesome things on eBay. So check out his eBay store and buy something from him.
Yeah, you know what? I always throw in free comics for people who buy comics from me. And if you say that you're a fan of the show, in the comment section, I always throw in extra free comics. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Gabe. And you also have some stuff going on. You got that Whatnot show, right? And you got the conventions going on. You had your first convention this last weekend, and I understand that you nailed it.
I did a great. I'm gonna pat myself on the back, and I'm gonna be my own cheerleader. I did pretty damn good, considering it wasn't my table. It was a friend's table who was like, and this guy is awesome. So everybody on Instagram, Simpsons, Shimp SHIMP, Simpsons Comics. That's my boy Barney. He is a local legend here in Vegas in the local community. He's had a pull list at his LCS for 35 years. All around great guy. Let me take up space at his table in order for me to kind of get the feel for it. I've done it 1,000 times, but it's just nice to be able to get a chance to do it on my own. I brought like 2 boxes of comic books, some priced up stuff, a box of $2 books. Like, hey, everybody just pillage this box and give me $2 a book. I don't care. And nice. I bought a big box of cool CGC stuff. I made some damn good money. I made about $500.
There you go.
Bad for going for a couple of boxes. My next show is going to be the Old School Comic Book Show here in Las Vegas. It's held at a local library, which is awesome. So people bring their kids, take them to the library. They push them off into the library, and they come down where the comic books are. And it's that's why it's old school. It's a pure comic book show. All comics. No weird cosplayers. There's some weird cosplayers, but there's no like Pops or Pokemon cards. It's comics. So if you guys are in Vegas, January 6th and 7th, check out the West Sahara Library, and you'll see me set up books, and you can buy some books. You can hang out. I'm probably going to sneak in a bunch of beers because apparently Chris thinks I like to drink a lot, which is weird because I'm not that guy, but.
Yeah, Gabe, there's absolutely nobody I would rather argue with live on screen. So I appreciate that.
It's not arguing. You
are my go-to guy for a contrary opinion, and I appreciate you.
You have your wrong opinions, and I have my right opinions. That's all. It's not arguing. It's not arguing. Hulk 181's the first appearance.
Oh, no. Hulk 180. And you know what, folks? This argument's really tired, and you don't have to deal with it next week because Laura will be back. Doing her hosting duties. She has promised me that she will be back. And this weekend, my birthday is coming up. So I'll be celebrating my birthday on Sunday. And all that really means is that's one extra crack of a joint that happens when I get out of bed, just like Garfield. One more trip around the sun. But hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be hanging out with Gabe.
Everybody, Chris loves joints.
And now my security clearance is under consideration. Thank you very much. And all the chat, thank you guys so much. I hope you liked the new format. If you didn't, say so in the chat so that Matt and John from Cover Price at Corporate Cover Price, that they can get that input and help shape future shows. I want you to know this is why we test things, so that you can help shape future shows. All right. And with that said, I'm going to kick it back to our old friend TiVo.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.